Hello friends, so this is the fifth question that we are going to discuss on the concept of vectors and its properties. So the question is something like this. A person moves 30-meter north, then 20-meter east in the east direction, and then finally moves 30 root 2 meters in the southwest direction. What is the total displacement, the net displacement from the original position of that person? Okay. Here, both magnitude and the direction has come into play. Magnitude in terms of 30 meter, 20 meter, 30 root 2 meter, and direction in terms of north, east, southwest. So here in these type of situations the concept of vectors come into play. Okay, before we solve this question, let us have a quick recap of the basic concepts that we had discussed. Now we know that the vectors can be represented in terms of the three coordinate axes, which is x, y and z. Okay, x, y and z axis. Now the unit vector along the x axis is given by represented as I cap. The unit vector with respect to the y axis, in direction of y axis, is j cap, and for z axis it is k cap. Now let us come to this question. Person moves 30 meter north, 20 meter east, and then finally 30 root 2 meter southwest. So the directions east, west, north, south, it is this in this way: east, west, north and south. So according to this question, okay, east, west, north, south, according to this question, the person first he moved 30 meters north. Okay, okay, 30 meters north. The initial position is this, 30 meters north. Then he moved 20 meters east. Okay, north then east, 20 meters east. Then he moved 30 root 2 meter southwest. So again, the other directions that we should understand is that this is southeast, this is southwest, between south and west, this is between south and east, this is northeast, and this is northwest. So southeast, southwest means in this direction. So from here 30 root 2 meter southwest, something like this, 30 root 2 meter. Okay, so let us call this S1 vector, call this S2 vector, and this as S3 vector. Okay, now we have to represent these vectors in terms of these coordinate axis, in terms of the unit vectors. Okay, pay attention here. S1 30 meters, person moving 30 meters north. 30 meters north, if we compare this with this coordinate axis, 30 meters north means along y axis. 30 units along y axis. 30 meters north. 30 meters north means 30 units in the y direction, in the positive y axis direction. So we can represent S1 vector as plus 30 j cap. 30 units in the positive y direction plus 30 j. If it would have been said that the person moved 30 meters south, then it would have been minus 30 j in the negative y direction. 30 units in the negative y direction. South means negative direction in the y axis. If it would have been south, we would have mentioned it as minus 30 j. Okay. So here it is 30 meters north, that's why it is 30 units in the positive y direction, so plus 30 j. Now the other vector, S2 vector, it is 20 meters east. Sorry, 20 meters east. East here is along the positive x axis. 20 meters or 20 units in the positive x axis. 20 meters east means 20 units in the positive x axis direction. So S2 vector is equal to plus 20 I cap. Okay, plus 20 I cap. If it would have been mentioned that the person moved 20 meters west, suppose it would have been mentioned in the question that the person moved 20 meter west, then it means 20 meters west means 20 units in the negative x direction, in the negative x axis direction, then it would have been minus 20 I. Okay, so we have got the two vectors. S1 vector is plus 30 j, S2 vector is plus 20 I. Now comes this part, 30 root 2 along southwest. Okay, so the 30 root 2 meters southwest. So I had to erase some portions because this would take a lot of space to explain this 30 root 2 meters southwest portion. So we already have the two vectors, S1 vector plus 30j, S2 vector plus 20i. So this 30 root 2 meter southwest, it is this southwest is between west and south. So let us say this, okay, 30 root 2. Now we know this is the directions east, west, north, south, east, west, north, south. This is southwest. The southwest exactly makes an angle of 45 degree with respect to both the south and west, equally 45 degree. So here we have to determine the components of this vector 30 root 2 meter in southwest along the x and y axis. We have to find its components. This angle is 45 degree. So we have to find this component and this component, which will be along the negative x and negative y axis. Okay, it will be along the negative x and negative y, because southwest is, south means in the it will have some component in the negative y direction, and west means it will have sub component along the negative x direction. Okay. So this part, this portion along the negative y axis in the downward direction, the south component is minus 30 root 2 cos 45 degree. So which is equal to minus 30 root 2 into 1 by root 2. So sin 45 degree and cos 45 degree is equal to 1 by root 2. And this is equal to, as it is in the y axis, component of the y axis, then it would be equal to j cap. Okay, it would be equal to j cap. Now southwest, this will be in the negative x direction, this component. This will be minus 30 root 2 sin 45 degree, which will be equal to again minus 30 root 2 into 1 by root 2. This will be I cap which is minus 30 I cap. So this is minus 30 j cap, this is minus 30 I cap. This is along the negative y axis, this is along the negative x axis. Okay, this component. So we have just used basic trigonometric laws. This is cos 45 degree is base by hypotenuse, this is the hypotenuse, cos 45 degree is base by hypotenuse. So base is equal to hypotenuse into cos 45 degree. Similarly here sin 45 degree is perpendicular by hypotenuse, so perpendicular is equal to hypotenuse magnitude into sin 45 degree. So we have got the components of this southwest. Okay, S3. So we can represent S3 vector as minus 30 I cap minus 30 j cap. Okay, so again, if you have any problem, you can pause the video and start from the point where you don't understand. Here again, let me make you understand this 30 root 2 meter southwest. Southwest means it will have some component in the south direction, some component in the west direction. South direction means in the negative y axis, west component means in the negative x axis. So the negative y axis component is minus 30 j cap, the negative x axis component is minus 30 I cap, which we have calculated here. Now we have to find the net displacement. So the net displacement, let's call that S vector, is the addition of these three vectors, S1 vector plus S2 vector plus S3 vector, which is equal to 30 j cap plus 20 I cap plus minus 30 I cap minus 30 j cap. So 30 j cap and minus 30 j cap will get cancelled, and this is 20 I cap minus 30 I cap, which is minus 10 I cap. So the net displacement is 10 meters, the magnitude 10 meters, and minus I cap means in the negative x axis direction, negative x axis. Okay, in the negative x axis, or you can call it west. Okay, west, 10 meters west is the net displacement. this is also correct, this is also correct. Okay, so this is the 5th question, and if you have any doubt at any point, pause the video at that moment, practice it in rough, and then again follow it from that point, and keep writing these steps so that you don't miss any point. Okay,